Hey folks, welcome here. It is Saturday night. I just got out of work and just gonna play some baseball. And I figured I'd just jump on and say hi, see who was around. If you guys again want to look over my shoulder and just chat with me as I play here. Again, another 12-hour day, going between two rinks. Still going though, still going. And I decided that I'm not gonna go to bed just yet because I gotta get up and do some more work tomorrow. I got to go to the rink for one more game. But I says, I'm going to play something here tonight. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play the Game 3 of the Reds and the Expos here. And, I already have my tabletop set up. That's good. Just setting up my chat room here. So I'm back into Strat Basic Baseball again here. So we're playing what I was playing the other day. And we'll talk a little bit about that here, is I was playing 1976. I dug up my 1976 cards, and all I'm doing is kind of playing everyone. I've got 1 to 24, and I'm just going to play them all, 2 to 23, and then 3 to 22. I'm just going to play everybody in a best of 3, and then that'll leave me with 12 teams, and we'll play them all again. And that way I get to play everybody in the set, and we'll see who the champion is. Let's see if the Reds can hang on and win the championship here. So I kind of started doing that the other night offline, and then I think I played last night online and had some fun with it. And so I come back on tonight to play again. I'm not going to doll it all up with scoreboards and stuff, so just going to have to, listen in for what the score is and the whole bit. But we're going to try to play and have some fun. So I have Stanhouse on the mound over here. So he's card 1, so he's going to be my pitcher here. And Zachary is pitcher 3, so we're going to leave pitcher 3 right there. So those are my pitcher cards. And that's all that's happening. So just to recap what happened in this first series. In Game 1 in Cincinnati, the Expos got 3 in the first. They got a home run from Unser. That was the big hit in that inning, and they won that one 3. They hung on 3-2. The Reds actually got 1 in the ninth. They got a home run from Foster, and they cut it to 3-2. But the Expos, the 24 seeded Expos, were leading the series 1-0. I'm glad I didn't do a 1-game series. And then in Game 2 in Montreal, it was a smoke show. Expos get up 2-0 early again, and then the Reds exploded here. 11-2 was the final. The Expos never scored again. In fact, in this third inning here, we had 1, 2, 3 errors by the Expos. It would make the Yankees proud. And so the Reds evened up the series, and they will come back home here in Game 3. What I'm doing, in case you're wondering what I'm doing here, is I'm just using the 1976 Strat lineups, and I'm just looking at the most frequently used lineup, and I'm just plugging that in, and I'm using the top 3 pitchers in the series, and that's it. And then every now and then, if someone's having a bad game, I'll plug in someone else, or I'll pinch hit, just kind of willy-nilly, but it's just more for me just to have some fun with this. So I'll finish up this series here tonight, and I'm not sure when I'll move on to the next series, but the next series, in case you are wondering, I know you're on the edge of your seats on this one. The next series will be the Phillies and the White Sox. Second-seeded Phillies with 101 wins will take on the Chicago White Sox in 76, who had 64 wins. So we're going to have an intercontinental matchup, or interdivisional matchup between the Phillies and the White Sox. And that's really what I wanted to do. I love the different matchups. When I followed hockey as a kid, it was 1 through 16, and I remember, the Bruins playing the L.A. Kings in round 1 of the playoffs, and nowadays that would never happen because it's East and West, but I always thought that was the best way to handle playoffs. Just take the best 1 to 16 and play them out, and I still plan on doing that with some hockey project at some point. But we're going to do that here. We're going to do 1 to 24. We're going to play everybody in this one here and have some fun. As David C. comes by, and he's getting his table ready to play some bank shot basketball. I got to look into that. That might be a Black Friday buy. It might be. I was talking to Ron about getting a basketball game on Black Friday. And John comes by, says, go Reds. All right, well, let's get going here. So we get Pat Zachary on the mound for the Reds, and he's going to face off against Jerry White as we kick things off here in the first inning. Now, Ron told me to use my little bucket here because he says I wasn't shaking good enough. So I wasn't shaking and baking, so we're going to try shaking and baking with this here. It'll allow me to kind of drop it right here and keep it all nice and tidy. Again, apologize for not being able to see all the cards and stuff tonight. Usually I set it up nice, and I'll have the Al Wilson scoreboard up here. So maybe I'll do that for the playoffs. But for tonight, you're just kind of looking over my shoulder. We're just kind of having a nice chat. It's almost like we're in the room here, just kind of, having a Barks sugar-free root beer, just kind of chatting here tonight is what we're going to do. Oh, by the way, what a hockey game today. Up in New Hampshire, the 14-1 team come into town, best team in the league. And they played yesterday, and they beat the team that I do 4-3. So they're playing today. The visitors went up 2-0, and our team, I call our team, I'm the play-by-play guy. They came back, not one, not two, 3 shorthanded goals, and they took the lead late in the third period. They got a late third period goal, third shorthanded goal of the game. Place was going nuts. I was going nuts. Can you believe this? 3 shorthanded goals. And then what happens? While on the power play, the team was still on the power play, they tied it up with under a minute left. And they went into overtime, and then they lost. Whew, talking about emotional game. Couldn't score. They got a shorthanded goal. Okay, 2-1. Oh, they tied it up. Fell behind again. Oh, went ahead. What a game. 3 shorthanded goals. I've never seen that. I've never seen that anywhere. I've seen 2, but never seen 3. All right, so let's kick things off here as we're just kind of chatting here on this Saturday night. I want to know, what are you guys playing? Anybody in the chat room? What's going on with you? I put a couple things in the Patreon as far as what I'm looking here because I did some extra work this week. So I have enough with my extra work this week to pick up a baseball and a football season from APA, which I think I might do because they don't have a Black Friday sale, right? So there's no sense waiting to Black Friday with them. And I was asking, what season I should get. And so for football, it was either 77 or 85. And for baseball, it was either 74 or 77. How funny would it be if I grabbed 77 baseball and football? Might be the case. But what do you guys think? So 77 or 85 football or 77 or 74 baseball? I love my 74 A's. I'm not real familiar with a lot of other teams. I mean, I know players, but 77 I would know better. And it would round out my 77, 78, 79, 80. Those are my 4 seasons I have for APA. So I think those would be great. But anyway, let's start this off here. So we're going to kick this off with a 5-7. And off the Zachary card from the Reds, he struck him out. So White strikes out. And we have one away to kick things off here in Cincinnati. And the crowd's on its feet. Even though it's the 124 matchup, they're on their feet. So we have a 6-8 fly ball into center field. Geronimo comes over and makes the catch. So this time they're going down early. In the last 2 games, the Expos jumped out early in the first inning and put some runs on the board. This time, Pat Zachary says, no, no, no. And so on this one, it's all pitcher card all the time. 5-8. Struck him out. So a couple of Ks. No hits, no runs. Absolutely nothing. And it's going to go to the bottom of the first. And the score is, I suppose I could put my pitchers here. I'll just put them off to the side like I did last night. It's 0-0. And Enzo comes by and says, have I played APA-Go? I have played APA-Go, and I like it a little bit. I wish it was easier. I wish it did more. I wish I would absolutely buy a season and play APA on it, but I can't figure out how to do stats and standings and schedules. I could not figure it out. But I like how it shows the cards. I like you can roll your own dice. There's a lot about it I like. And I would absolutely use that to play APA. However, it's weird how you have to buy folders and the whole bit. And I don't know if it's Sims games or if you have to play every game. So I enjoyed what I played with it, but I got real confused. And so I haven't gone back to it. Every now and then I go over and I'll play a game because I think you can play a couple games for free and I kick it around. But I really wish they would merge that with like baseball for Windows and come up with a really good APA game, because I would love to play a better version of APA-Go where it kind of simulates other games and keeps stats and the whole bit. I absolutely would. I would love it. All right, so in the what are you playing group here, John is playing all-time NHL teams from the play. Series 1 winner, Montreal, is on a Series 2. Of course Montreal's the winner. Of course it is. They're going to win everything. They're not going to lose the game. Come on. It's Montreal. It's Montreal. Pete Rose comes up against Don Stanhouse. And it's going to be a 1-10 ground ball down the third. So it's going to be a G5. And there's one away here in the Reds first. Ken Griffey. And a pitcher card, a 6-9. Ground ball to shortstop X. So this is hit down to Foley. So we got a 2-14, and he is out. So ground ball, shortstop, 2 away. So the pitcher is getting it done early here in Game 3. And so we're going to go Joe Morgan now. Joe Morgan. I got a 2 and an 8. Ground ball down to second. And so 3 ground balls, and that'll do it. So neither team can do anything in the first. We're going to go to the second here in Cincinnati. Ellis Valentine coming up. He is the 4-hitter, and Pat Zachary on the mound here for the Reds. I know you can't really read that too well. I really would love to look into some kind of camera that would clear all this up, but I don't know what camera I could use to stream. I know if I recorded, a video camera is the way to go, but as far as streaming and stuff, it doesn't really do a good job of it. So we'll just do the best we can, folks. Pesky Pole is playing 2nd and 10 football. He likes that game. Yeah, the 84 college football replay. Oh, that's a good one. Is that the Flutie year? Flutie did it. Flutie did it. I watched that game live. I could tell you exactly where I was and who I was with. All right, Ellis Valentine. A 4 off the pitcher card again, and a 9, and that's a single because he likes to mingle. So Valentine is on. He's got stealing A, but if I use the stealing thing and I hold him on, and I will hold him on here because bench is so good, it would be a -4. So his stealing would go from 1 to 15 and 1 to 11. So we're not going to chance it yet. So we get the leadoff man on. Unser coming up, and he's a power hitter. So I don't think I'm going to have him bunt. Oh, he's a bunter. Yeah, it's playoffs. We need to play small ball. We're going to bunt. Here we go. 5. And let's hit back to the pitcher, and that's a beauty of a sacrifice. And so we got 1 out on the sacrifice by Unser. And it brings up Larry Parrish, the third baseman. So let's see. We got a man on, 1 away. Man on second. Pesky Pole, that is the Flutie here. Also, yeah, the Gamecocks are about to be ranked number 1. They got upset by Navy late November. You know, I used to like the college back in the day, and then all the bowl games, because I didn't know what they meant, but it was just fun. I remember staying up late one time. I don't know where everybody was. I was at home alone in the house one Saturday night as a kid, you know, a young teenager. If I was a teenager, I think I was a teenager at that point. And I remember just going into the back room and turning on the TV with the on-air antenna, and I managed to get in one of the UHF channels, and it had the Bluebonnet Bowl. And I had no idea who was playing, no idea any of the teams. Again, back then you didn't have the internet, so you couldn't really follow anything. And I watched the whole Bluebonnet Bowl and had a blast, just sitting there by myself. And I didn't know who the heck was playing. And I remember, like, they would have the Rose Bowl and the Fiesta Bowl, and you used to follow all the bowls. And now the bowls, no one plays in them because they don't mean anything. But back then they were great. I really did like all those bowls. But I remember the Bluebonnet Bowl. That was a fun one to watch. All right, so Parrish coming up. And we have a 4-11. Ground ball, first base, C. So the only play is the first. So it's a G1. I mean G3. G3. Ground ball to first. So he hits it down to Perez. Perez will tag the bag. And Valentine goes to third. So the lead runner, the go-ahead runner, is on third base with 2 away to Tim Foley. Tim Foley. And 3-9. Ground ball to short, and they will get out of the inning. So 1 hit, but they leave him at third base. And we'll go to the bottom of the second here in Cincinnati. And it's still absolutely nothing to absolutely nothing. Joshua comes by from Vancouver. The Canucks playing tonight. I saw the Bruins are playing the Senators tonight, and it was the 2 goalies there, Allmark and Swayman. And they were taking photos before the game because I guess they're still friends. So it was kind of neat to see the 2 goalies again. I think it was 2-2 in the second, from what I understand. So I don't know if the Canucks were playing tonight. And Frank comes by. He says, "Hope me and the missus are okay." Yeah, we're okay. I'm working all the time, so I don't see her that much anymore. She's getting mad at me, but I'm trying to make some money. And she's still going through tests. You know, she's still only 3 or 4 months out from the heart surgery, so they're still keeping an eye on things. They say things are okay, but she's still not feeling great. So hopefully she'll be feeling great pretty soon. But thank you for asking. You get older, and this is just stuff that happens. I'll be probably heading that way myself in a handful of years. Hopefully not, but you never know. So we have George Foster coming up against Stanhouse. And I have a 4 and a 5, and he struck him out. So Foster goes down, and we have 1 away in the bottom of the second. This is the rubber game. This is game 3. Winner moves on. Loser is out of the tournament. So I have a 4-6, and that's going to be a walk. So Bench is walked. He gets the Pantera walk. And that brings up Perez. So we're going to... Is Bench a threat to steal? Stealing B. Well, yeah, we're going to hold him. We're going to hold him. And so he's not going to go, but we are going to hold him. So I'm going to hold the runner. So if I get any pluses, it's going to be a good hit. So we're going to hold the runner. I'll try to be consistent with that. Unless it's a really bad base runner, then I won't. But Bench is fairly good. So Perez. A 1-6. Fly ball, left field B. Batter is out. All other runners hold. So fly ball, left field. So it's going to be a fly ball out to White. And White makes the catch. And Frank is in Cincinnati pulling for the Reds. If I need a bat off the bench, use Dan Dreisen. I will keep that in mind. Thanks so much. So Cesar Geronimo coming up here. I haven't done much pinch hitting so far in the series. 1 game I didn't have to, and then 1 game late in the ninth I think I did for fun. But again, I just willy-nilly it is what I do. Geronimo with a man on first and 2 away. And it's off the pitcher card, 6 and a 5. Ground ball down the second base. Scooping that up is Garrett. No error this time. He had 2 errors in 1 inning last night. No error. So we're going to get no hits, no runs. So we're going to go to the third. And it's still absolutely nothing to absolutely nothing. Pat Zachary comes out. He'll be facing the catcher, the pitcher, and the left fielder. So Barry Foote. Let's see if he can be a Foote here and make something happen. So Zachary to Foote. A 3-8. Line drive down the third base. Rose with a stab. And we got 1 away. And that brings up the pitcher, Don Stanhouse. And we're going to use card 1 over here. Not looking good for him. Off the pitcher card, though, 4 and a 9. He's going to get a single. So Stanhouse, the pitcher, singles because he likes to mingle. And so the pitcher getting on base here. It's always kind of cool when the pitchers get on base. You know, I grew up watching the DH in the American League, so I never really cared for pitchers hitting. So it's a big deal when they get a single. I always think it's a wasted at bat. Again, just how I grew up. Whatever. All right, top of the order. Jerry White, who struck out last time. Let's go. Jerry White. A 3 and a 5. And guess what he did this time? Struck him out. 2 away. And the pitcher at first base. So the Expos are leaving runners on here. So now we got Garrett. Wayne Garrett. Here we go. Wayne Garrett. 2-7. Oh, he gets the Pantera walk. So now we have first and second. That's how my voice sounded when they scored that third shorthanded goal. He scored! Can you believe it? 3 shorthanded goals! And my voice started going crazy because I was tired and it was cracking. It sounded terrible, I think. Oh. Wait till they have to get a jacket for Stanhouse. Okay? Does that mean he pitched with a jacket on? All right, we got Mike Jorgensen with 2 outs and 2 on here in the third. A 5-6. Whoo! This is going to be a single, almost a triple, a single, 2 bases. So Jorgensen will single. Stanhouse comes in. Garrett to third. He almost cleared the bases with a triple, but it's going to be a single, 2 bases. And Jorgensen drives in a run, and the Expos take the lead here in the third. It's 1-0. So a 2-out single, and they scratch across a run. All right, so now we have Valentine. So we still have first and third with 2 outs. A 2 and a 2. Ooh, fly ball in the right field. And that will end it as Griffey comes over. But they get 1. The Expos lead game 3, 1-0. They get 2 hits, and they get 1 run. And so that's where we are. I don't know if you can see my score sheet here. Maybe I'll slide these down a little bit more. Oh, I don't know if I can make that any bigger. No, that's about it. So we'll do the best we can here. I'm just trying to stretch my screen, but I think that's as big as I can make it here. All right. All right, that was a Barks break. So, bottom of third, Stanhouse comes back on the mound. Remember in the 70s, and through their NL pitchers would get a jacket when they go on. Oh, yes, that's right. Yeah, they would run out the jacket and they put on the jackets. Yes, I do remember that. Yep. When Stanhouse was with the Orioles, they called him Stan the Man Unusual. I like it. I do. I like it. All right, so leading things off, Dave Concepcion, his first at-bat here. And we have a 5 and a 7. And that's going to be a walk. Oh, boy. So this is going to be interesting. So Concepcion walks, and that's going to bring up the pitcher, Pat Zachary. And we're going to have him drop a bunt down here. We're not even going to think about it. So the pitcher's going to bunt. Now, there is something that says you can bring the infield in, but I don't think it has anything about bunting. Not in basic anyway, and I'm playing basic. So we're just going to go with a regular bunt off the bunt chart. I'm going to just, I guess that assumes they're in. A 7, beauty of a bunt. So it's going to be bunted down to first base, and it's a beauty of a sacrifice by the pitcher, Zachary. And so that's going to send Concepcion down to second base. So with 1 out, now the Reds got something cooking here in the third. Trailing by a run, Pete Rose coming up to the plate. Pete Rose, a 5-6. Fly ball in the center field, B. And everyone's going to hold, even the guy there. So it's going to be an F8 as Valentine makes the catch. And out is 2 away, tying run on second. Here we go. Ken Griffey. 3 and a 6. Oh! Single, 2 bases. Griffey Singles in the tying run, and Concepcion scores, and we're tied at 1. And Riverfront Stadium is on its feet here in the third. So Griffey, a 2-out single. So the walk, the sacrifice, all pays off. Joe Morgan, 5, 10. Catcher's card X. So we have a 2-5 on the catcher's card. 2-5. Pops it up. So it's going to be a P2, and that'll end the inning. But they get a run and a hit. We're tied 1-1 heading into the fourth. All righty, so we got an even-Steven game. I didn't think this series would be this close. I thought it'd be 2 and done, but we're continuing on here. So we have Del Unser coming up. He sacrificed the last time he was up, so he's going to see what he can do here in the fourth. 4, 10. Fly ball into center field, and that's going to be Geronimo. Geronimo, 1 away. Philip Reynolds is saying, go Reds. Everybody wants the Reds here, right? So I guess we're all from North America or United States. I don't know. All right, Larry Parrish. A 1-4, pops it up to short. And it's going to be Concepcion, and there's 2 away. So Tim Foley coming up now with 2 away. Last chance here. And we're going to have a 6 and a 6. And that's going to be a double. So Tim Foley is going to double here with 2 outs in the fourth. So Tim Foley's on in scoring position. Here we go. And Frank says, Dave, I have a question. I don't know much about hockey, but can a goalie get an assist on a goal? Yeah. Yeah, in fact, there's a lot of the games you actually roll the check for goalie assists. And they're rare, but it can happen. And so, yeah, depending on what game you're playing, they handle it different ways. But, yes, a goalie can get an assist. And they didn't do so much back in the day. Nowadays, they get more because they handle the puck more than they did back in the day. And they're better at it, and they can make longer passes. So it's an art. So we got Foley with a double. Barry Foote coming up. 2 outs. 1 on. A 4, 6. And he walked him. Oh, boy. So now this is crazy time here. We're only in the fourth. It's the pitcher now. So Don Stanhouse comes out. Boy, I tell you. Tempted to pinch hit here. Tempted. What do you guys think? We're in the top of the fourth. I got first and second, 2 outs. This guy's on probably the worst hitting card. I don't think he can get a hit. All he can do is get a walk unless I come off the pitcher card. What would you guys do here? What would Juckett do? WWJD. What would Juckett do? I just send him a message. I don't think he's watching. Let's see if he's up. First and second, top of the fourth, 2 outs, 1-1 game, period. Do I take the pitcher out and pinch hit? He has a terrible hitting card. You know, this is a key part of the game here. That's the thing. It's we're in the fourth, so it's still fairly early to go to the pen. But, I mean, I'm looking at his card, and he can't get a hit. Too early, Juckett says. Too early. The only thing he can do is on a 2-10, he gets a walk. Everything else is an out. So my only hope is that we come off the pitcher card if you're an Expos fan, okay? So, well, the Expos bullpen, I will leave him in. Juckett will leave him in. Juckett even says he'd leave him in. All he says, let him hit. In that era, he's hitting. All right, so Stanhouse is going to hit. 0 chance they pitch hit in 76, but it's my game. I know, but I'm just I don't know much about the pinch hitting in this. You know, I'm not a National League guy, so I don't know how all this works. All right, we're going to let him hit. So here's Stanhouse coming up to the plate. 2 on, 2 out. We need a 4, 5, or 6 here for the only chance. Now, he's got a single in the game, but it come off the pitcher card. So, and it's going to be an out. A 1-5 is a strikeout. So he struck him out. So they get 1 hit on the double. No runs. Remember, you guys said don't let him hit. I mean, don't take him out. So that is that. So Stanhouse will come on the mound now. And we'll go to the bottom of the 4th. George Foster coming up. And we got a 6-3. Ground ball down to first base. And scooping that one up is Jorgensen. And he is out. Johnny Bench. Remember, he had the grand slam last night, Johnny Bench, in, I think it was that 4th inning. Or 6th inning, something like that. Johnny Bench had a grand slam here. I think that was my first grand slam I've ever had, at least with Strat, that I can remember. I haven't had too many grand slams, but I got a grand slam last night. Uh-oh, a 1-2, and guess what? See you later, Johnny Bench. This one's a solo shot. A 1-2 is a home run for Bench. So he's homered twice in the series. And that's going to make this a 2-1 game for the Reds. So, Johnny Bench, see you later. He tags one off of Don Stanhouse. So now we have Perez. Oh, look at that little stack there. I got a 3 and a 10. And he's going to pop this one up to shortstop. So, a P6. So, we have 2 away. Yeah, MVP. Well, what did he do in the other games here? So in game 1, Bench, he got a walk. So he was 0 for 3 with a walk. And then in game 2, walked. There was an error on the shortstop, a walk, and a grand slam, and a strikeout. So he got on base 4 out of the 5 times in game 2. So yeah, he could be my my Digital to Dice MVP. So Geronimo coming up with 2 away, and the base is empty. And we're going to get a 4-12, and it's ground ball right back to the mound. And Stan also take that. So they get the 1 hit and the 1 run. This is going to be a good series. It's the rubber match, game 3. Winner moves on. Loser goes back into my pile, probably never to be played again. And that is that. So we're going to go to the top of the 5th, 2-1 Reds. This is the 1 versus 24 matchup. I've been pleasantly surprised by it. And Alan says, I played a full 76 replay with replay cards and dice. The Expos bullpen is full of human torches. And Frank thinks Johnny Bench is the MVP. I think so, too, if the score stands up. Unless something absolutely crazy happens here. So we're going to go to the top of the order. Jerry White. 4-10, fly ball in the center field. And that's going to be Geronimo, 1 away. Wayne Garrett, second baseman, much maligned second baseman in this series, a lot of errors. 6-5, struck him out. So Zachary getting the job done, and now it's Mike Jorgensen. Here we go. 2 outs. Jorgensen, a 1-4. Ground ball down the first to Perez. 1, 2, 3, they go in the 5th. Ooh, time is ticking away here on the Expos. The Cinderella story after game 1 is now it's the evil stepsisters, not so much the Cinderella story. All right, so we're going to have Concepcion lead things off, and then the pitcher. So here's Concepcion. A 5-7. Oh, he got the walk. Oh, that's the second time Concepcion's walked. And so that's going to bring up the pitcher, Zachary, and I think we're going to bunt again. So Zachary's going to try to sacrifice. He got a good sacrifice before. And an 8, and that's another good sacrifice. So he drops down the bunt, and so Pat Zachary getting it done with his bat here. So we have 1 away, and Concepcion goes down to second. And last time he scored on a Griffey single. Remember that. So now we got Rose coming up with a man on and one away in the 5th. Pete Rose, a 4-6. Oh, and he walks. Maybe I should have pinch hit for the pitcher. So Rose walks. So we got 2 walks. We got first and second. One away for Ken Griffey. He singled in a run earlier in this game. So here we go. 5, 10, catcher card X. So I got a 2-10 off the catcher card. I always hate the catcher card. I got a 2-10. And out on a dribbler 1. Runners advance 1 base. So it's dribbled in front of the mound, so it's going to be a G2. But everyone moves up. And so that's going to bring up Morgan. Second and third, 2 away. And it's Joe Morgan. What do we think? What do we think here? Joe Morgan. Right? 2-4. And he walks. And the bases are loaded. There's no more place to put these guys. Don Stanhouse has walked 3 batters in the inning. And it's George Foster, the cleanup hitter. Here we go. This is probably the make or break point of the game. If he smacks home a couple of runs, I'm thinking it's over. If they get out of the jam and it's only 2-1, maybe they have a chance. Here we go. Stanhouse on the mound. They're going to let him pitch. The crowd wants him to pitch. So here we go. Stanhouse in the bottom of the 5th to George Foster with the bases loaded. A 1-4. Ground ball right back to the mound. Stanhouse gets it, flips it to first, and he gets out of this. So he had the bases loaded, but there were no hits that inning. Whew. And it's still 2-1 Reds as we go to the top of the 6th. Oh, that was scary. I was scared. All righty. And Frank says, did anybody else see the segment on Kirk Herbert's dog passing? I saw something about that, but I didn't know what it was. So, and yeah, that's always sad when a dog passes away. I will give you that. All righty. So where are we now? So we're in the top of the 6th, and we have Valentine coming up for the Expos. As Barbara comes by, how the Rangers do tonight. I don't know if the game's over or not. I haven't followed much hockey tonight. Valentine. A 1-7 and fly ball into left. And coming over to make that catch would be Foster. And that is that. Again, I don't know if you guys heard, but when my hockey game today that I did in New Hampshire, the home team, 3 shorthanded goals. They were down 2-0. They scored 3 shorthanded goals. They took the lead 3-2. The other team tied it and then won in overtime. But still, 3 shorthanded goals against the best team in the league. I thought that was pretty darn good. Del Unser hasn't done much today. 4 and a 6. And, he's going to get the Pantera walk, though. So, with 1 away, the tying run is on first base. Larry Parrish is grounded out and popped up. Here we go. And the Rangers are up by 4, so that's probably pretty comfortable. Parrish, 4-6. He walks. So the pitchers are now walking batters here as the game goes on. So we got first and second and Tim Foley coming up. And we might be in a position where we might want to think about pinch hitting for the pitcher again. First and second, 1 away. Tim Foley. 3-7. Fly ball in the left field B. And everyone's going to hold. So 2 away. And it's going to be Foote the catcher. So with runners on first and second and 2 away, can Foote get the job done? He does have a home run over here. So if we get a 3, something good might happen. Right? It's a 1 and a 10, and he pops it up to short. and that does it. So no runs, no hits. They leave a couple of walkers on the base. And so let's go to the bottom of the 6th here in Cincinnati. It's the rubber game. Any chance I can play a demo of Strat Basic Hockey? Probably won't be for a while because I have not played that game in some time, and so I'm not really well versed on it. It's okay. I'm actually talking with someone on Facebook. You see these little business card holders here? He's making some for Strat, so I told him maybe make some that'll fit the hockey, and maybe I can play it here on the channel. I like the APA hockey and the Hockey Bones better. So at some point, I do plan on going back to Strat Hockey to see if I can get it to work. But my games of choice right now are APA and Hockey Bones. So I do plan on getting back to it at some point because I have a lot of seasons. But it wasn't my favorite of the games. It just for some reason it wasn't. I do like the baseball, the football, and the hockey was just okay compared to some of the other stuff. But hopefully I will, Frank, at some point. So we got a Johnny Bench. Remember, he homered. He's got the go-ahead hit. Johnny Bench against Stanhouse. 6-5. Ground ball down the second, and that's going to be Garrett. And this time, again, he will not screw this one up. So there's one away. Is APA hockey easy to pick up in basic? Kinda. It's not terrible. If you play it really basic, it actually does work out pretty good. The whole ODAI, which is a defensive way of looking at things, can make adjustments in the game, and that's where it gets confusing. If you watch any of my videos, I do have I think it's Mike Berger, come up with a really unique ODAI system that makes it way easier to play. That's the only stump there. I mean, you don't have to use it, if you're just getting around. It's just, again, it's reading the card and looking at the chart. And I've done a ton of slow videos on it, and I really like it. To me, I make that game fly. Took me a little bit to get used to it, but I really enjoy that one. I wouldn't say it's easy, but I wouldn't say it's hard. It all depends on, like I said, what you roll in the whole bit. I've added so much to that game between the Berger stuff and the Zarb stuff and my own stuff. I've added so much to it that any problems I've had, I've worked out, And I did come up with some instructions and clarifications that I did do to try to help with any confusion in the rule book, because the rule book's kind of weird. All right, Perez. 2-11. Ground ball down the second. Garrett again. And so there's 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. Geronimo. A 5-8. Oh, this is going to be a triple. Geronimo rips this down the line. And he's digging hard, and he will go into third base with a triple. Oh, so with 2 outs, they have a man on third base. Dave Concepcion. With a runner on third and 2 outs. The insurance run. A 5 and a 6. And fly ball in the center field. It's deep enough, but that'll be the 3rd out. So they leave him stranded. So they get a hit. No runs. And we go to the 7th. And I think the pitcher's hitting now. So do we let the pitcher hit here? Yes, chuck it. How about leading off top of the 7th, losing 2-1? I got to go to my pitching coach. That's kind of what I'm doing, right? So Stanhouse is supposed to lead things off here in the top of the 7th. See what he says. Go to the bench. So pinch hit at this point, but save Jose Morales for 9th inning magic. Okay. Like Alan said, the Expos bullpen is bad. Murray and maybe Kerrigan are the only hope against a team like the Reds. I'd leave Stanhouse in as long as Montreal's not behind. Well, they are behind. It's 2-1. Top of the 7th. And, I mean, his pitcher card's not great. He's got a lot of singles and ground balls and, well, singles and walks over here. Home run, double. It's not the best card. Who would I go to in the pen here for the Expos? Probably Kerrigan. I think you're right. Kerrigan would be the guy. And who would I hit here? Who would I hit? Who would I hit if I brought somebody in? Frias. Oh, Gary Carter. Gary Carter's a possibility. Pete Mackinlacken, I don't know, Mackinnon. Wayne Cromartie. There's somebody I've heard of. He's way down on the list. Andre Dawson. That's a possibility. Gary Renicky. Bombo Rivera. Oh, there's Jose Morales. Someone said to hold off on Jose. And then Andre Thornton. I've already pinched him before. He might not be bad. Earl Williams. So what do you think? Carter, Thornton, or Morales? What do we do? What do you guys want to do here? You want to go Cromartie, huh? Pinch hit. Go with Cromartie here. Carter. Someone else says Carter. So I got Carter or Cromartie. So I'm going to pull them both out. So what do we do here, folks? So Stanhouse is coming out. We know that. So Stanhouse is coming out. And we said Kerrigan's coming in. So I'll get my guys here. So Kerrigan will come in. We know that. That we do know. And so we have Carter and Cromartie. Carter's got a good one. Not much else. I'm going to go Carter. I'm just going to, I don't know why, but I'm going to go Carter. Let's see. A 2's no good. A 3's no good. Now over here, this guy over here, Cromartie, yeah, he's not that good. He's only got a couple of singles on a 2. So, well, here we go. Save Morales for later, and basic it doesn't matter. Cromartie's better against righties, but basic doesn't deal with that. Yeah, you're right. So, all right, we're going to go Carter. So Gary Carter comes in the pinch hit here. So Stanhouse is done. So he's gone, 6 innings? Okay, and he only gave up 3 hits. So that was pretty good. And he did give up 2 runs. 2 runs. And so Gary Carter comes in the 7th. The pinch hit. All right, let's see. Let's see if we made the right call here. So Pat Zachary to Gary Carter. A 3-10. Popped it up to shortstop, so that was a waste. That was a waste. And there's 1 away. Thank you for nothing, Gary Carter. So 1 away to White. A 5-4. Catches card X. So bench 1-6. 1-6. Out on a dribbler. So it's going to be we'll call that a G2 for White. So Garrett comes up with 2 away. Zachary pitching a masterpiece is what I tried to say. He's not pisting. He's not doing anything like that. He's pitching a masterpiece. Garrett with 2 outs. A 4-9. And that's going to be a single. So the tying run is on in Wayne Garrett. And the cleanup hitter, or the third hitter, Mike Jorgensen. who's single. He's got a single, and he drove in the only run of the game. The only run of the game was Mike Jorgensen. So Zachary pitching a 5-hitter right now and only giving up 1 run. We're going to leave him in. And Jorgensen, 4-9. And that's a single. And do we want to run him, Garrett, to third? No. We're going to just do that. So it's going to be first and second. And now the cleanup hitter, Valentine. Ellis Valentine, the center fielder. He's got a lot of stuff on his card if I can roll a 2. Here we go. Top of the 7th. 2-1 Reds. 2 outs. First and second. Ellis Valentine. Zachary with the pitch. A 4-6. And he walks him. And the bases are loaded here in the Expo 7th. And it's going to be Del Unser, the right fielder. Boy, if I could roll a 3, good things are going to happen over here. Oh, boy. I'm looking at Morales' card here. This might be the time to bring in Morales. Bases are loaded. Morales, if I get a 1 or a 3, we get a chance for something to happen. This guy, I need a 3. Tim wants to bring in Morales. So I'd have to find a center fielder. For Unser, or a right fielder for Unser. So who do I have that could play right field? Oh, Andre Thornton, that wouldn't be bad, right? What if I pinch Thornton and just put him in right? He's got a lot of good things going on in his card. He's got a lot of walks. I might go Thornton instead of Morales. What do you guys think? Andre Thornton, Morales has got some home runs and doubles on 1s and 3s, but Thornton, 1, 2, and 3, he's got things happening all over the place here. I don't want to go against the chat room here, but I'm thinking about Andre Thornton and save Morales for later. We can still use him, right? So Thornton will come in. I'm going to bring in. No, Tim is pretty adamant about Morales. Alan says I can go with Thornton and save Morales for the 9th. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I can still save. So Thornton will come in and go in the right field. And he's got a lot on his card too. I'm going to go with Allen, Tim. Sorry, I'm going to go with Allen. Thornton is, but I'm looking at his card here, and he's got a lot of things going on here that Morales doesn't. This is kind of a card decision. So Thornton's going to come in. Andre Thornton. He's coming in the 7th. I'm rolling the dice here. I really am. Figuratively and literally. I don't know. I'm going to go with Andre Thornton. Here we go, folks. Bases loaded. 2 outs. Top of the 7th. Andre Thornton coming in the pitch hit against Zachary. And I should leave Zachary in, right? I don't pull Zachary. Because if he gets out of this, he's been pitching well. He's only given up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hits and 1 run. Sparky would be pulling him, says World's Worst Gamer. I know so many decisions in baseball. You don't have these decisions in hockey. Sparky would bring in Bourbon. I think that's the closer, right? No, I could bring in Bourbon. Yeah. Now pitching, Pedro Bourbon. All right, what do you think? Pedro Bourbon? Is that what we're going to do? Eastwick to close. Bourbon gives up too many hits. Eastwick or Bobone? Eastwick's the closer. I don't want to bring the closer in the 7th. So, how about McEnany? There's Eastwick. So I got a Will McEnany. He's he pitched in 55 games. This McEnany guy, 72 innings. So what do you think about McEnany? Tim says stay with Zach. So we got some choice here. We got Pedro Borbon, McEnany. Borbon is more effective. I got Manny Sarmiento too. Boy, this is when it gets tough, huh? What do we do here, folks? So many cards. So many cards. I could roll the dice and see who we're going to bring in. Borbon, McEnany, Sink. Okay. Sarmiento is usually their 4th choice that year. Yeah. All right. Here's what I'm going to do. All right. So we got Borbon, McEnany, and Sarmiento. All right. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to roll one die. I'm going to roll the 6-sided die, the red one. All right. 1, 2, 3. That's who I go with. 4, 5, or 6, I'm sticking with Zachary. All right. So I think that's what I'm going to do. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to roll this dice here. The red die. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I stick with Zachary. All right. So they're on the mound talking about this, and it's a 4. They're going to stick with Zachary. So that's what we're going to do. That's how we decided that. So they're going to save the bullpen right now. Zachary's going to try to pitch out of this. Bases loaded. Andre Thornton comes up. 2 outs in the 7th. After all that, Zachary's going to stay in. It's a 1-8, and he walked him. He walks in the tying run. Thornton gets on. Woo! Garrett scores. Jorgensen the 3rd. Valentin the 2nd. And we are tied at 2-2. That was pretty cool. I got to say. That was enjoyable. Whoo! Sweating it out. I don't know who I want to win. I don't know. Oh, man. Yeah, great call. Now that I know who won, right? Great call. And so, Sparky Gardner's beside himself. Yeah. Well, I'm managing both teams, so I won and I lost, you know. So it's another walk, and Zachary, with still the bases loaded, and they're going to keep him in. The 4, 5, or 6, they're going to keep him in. They're going to give him one more batter. And it's Del Unser. No, I'm sorry. Del Unser's out of the game. He's out of the game. It is Larry Parrish, who's walked and grounded out a couple of times. So here we go. Bases are still loaded, but it's a tie game. Larry Parrish. All right, Zachary, the pitch. 1-9. Oh no! Oh no! 1-9 and a 1-12. It's a grand slam by Larry Parrish. A grand salami. A home run by Parrish. Jorgensen scores. Thornton scores. Parrish scores. It's a grand slam. Oh, well, at least it wasn't off the pitcher card. I don't feel so bad. And they've blown this open. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 runs. It's now 6-2 Expos. Larry Parrish. And they're going wild north of the border. Beauty, eh? Beauty, eh? Oh, that's it for Zachary. So Zachary comes out. He goes 6 2/3. He gives up 6 runs, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now he gives up. So what do we got? 1, 2, 3 hits, 4, 5, 6, 7 hits. Not too many bad hits. Wow. Sparky got to get on the bus to Detroit. Yeah, if they lose, they're out. And this is the 1 seed. This is the top seed. This is the Cincinnati Reds. And the Cincinnati Reds of that year had 102 wins. The Expos had 55. But again, it's a 1 series event here. 1 series event. That's as bad as the Red Sox did with Pedro. The only good thing, though, I will say, Alan and Tim and Frank, is that it was off the batter card. So the pitcher is kind of irrelevant on that 50-50 split. I do feel better about that. If it come off of this card and I had rolled, I don't think there's no home runs here. But, so he comes out. So Sarmiento's going to come in. So I'm going to bring in Sarmiento right now. And so Manny will come in. Sarmiento. And he's a batting card 1. So I'll get that going. I'll have that ready. Wow. Larry Parrish with a grand slam might have just sent the Expos to round 2. Wow. 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 That's all I can say. That's a second grand slam in the series. So much for Johnny Bench being the MVP, at least not right now. So Tim Foley comes up with nobody on and 2 out. Wow. Oh, yeah, I can't roll like this. Chuck will get all kinds of mad at me. Wow. 2 and a 5, and he fly balls into center field. But the damage has been done. 1, 2, 3 hits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 runs in the 7th. This is like a Red Sox game. It is 6-2 Montreal. And that all started with the pitcher coming out of the game for Gary Carter. So Joe Kerrigan is on the mound now. I don't know if he's related to Nancy, but Kerrigan comes in here, and he will start the bottom of the 7th. And Cutter Historical comes by. He says the Leafs is taking out the Habs. Is that in real life, or is that on your tabletop, you know? Oh, it's definitely not over. We got 3 innings to go, and they put up 11 in game 2, right? So this is not over. And, yes, Frank says this is why we do this. Yes, this is – and, again, I don't care who wins. I like both teams. I mean, I'm a Reds fan, but I don't have anything against the Expos. Would it be neat if 24 knocked off 1? Yeah. Because then the Reds could not win my tournament, and they won the World Series that year. So that would open the door for teams like the Phillies and the Yankees and the Pirates and the Dodgers. So those are the other teams. Pretty crazy. But we still have a couple innings to go, so we are not done yet. So kicking things off is the pitcher. So now we have another issue here. So it's supposed to be the pitcher leading off. Oh, so we don't have to bring in the pitcher yet. Or do we? Yeah, right. Manny Sarmiento. Yes, he pitched against 1 batter, right? So he either hits, and he has no chance to get a hit except off the pitcher card, or I pinch hit and bring in someone else. Yeah, I think you're right. I think I do have to pinch hit. So Sarmiento's just going to go a third of an inning. So he'll come out. And that's good that I played him, right? So I get out of the jam. And now I can bring in like McEnany or something like that. So, okay, I like that. So Sarmiento comes in, does what he needs to do. McInerney will come in next, and we'll save Bourbon for later. So we need to pinch hit. Oh, I bet we have somebody good. Oh, somebody said Dreisen, right? Dreisen to start a rally. Do I have Dreisen? I do. All right, Dan Dreisen comes in to try to start the rally for the Reds. All righty, going with the chat room here, who knows a lot more about baseball than I do. And I appreciate everybody coming by tonight and help me out with this, because I don't know what I'm doing here with baseball that much, but I'm having a hell of a time tonight, let me tell you. This has been fun. McInerney well behind. Save Bourbon, Eastwick for any lead that they might get. Yeah, okay. Sounds good. And the Devils win in overtime. Oh, good. All right, cool. Nice for the Devils. All right, so Dan Dreisen comes up. So we're going to get Dreisen here in the 7th. So each team getting some pinch hitting going here, some strategy. Wow, a 5-run 7th inning for the Expos. Game 3. Here we go. I'm not managing well at all. I just gave up 5 runs, but then again, I pinch hit too, and a lot of them was off the batter cards. All right, here we go. So we're going to have Dan Dreisen come in, and he's going to try to pinch hit here for the pitcher. And it's going to be a 3 and an 8, and he's going to single. All right, so the pinch hitter, so Dreisen is on with a single. All right, good call. His stealing is an A, but I don't think we want to do any stealing right now. Down by 4, right? We don't want to steal down by 4. So, I usually hold them on, but I'm thinking if I don't hold them on, that I could probably steal on a 1-15. So I'm going to have to hold them. I'm going to hold them on. And if I get any pluses here, then it's going to be extra bases. So we're going to hold them on. All righty. And so now it's going to be Pete Rose. Oh, boy. Kerrigan in some trouble here. The leadout man is on. Pete Rose. 5-4. Fly ball in the center field. X. Valentine. 3-18. Roll it again. 3-10. Out 5. So he's going to fly that out into the outfield. In the center field is 1 away. So Rose hits it fairly deep, but is 1 away. Ken Griffey. We're not pinch hitting for any of these guys, I don't think. 5-7. That's going to be a single 2 bases. Oh, boy. So 5-7-13 is a single 2 bases. So Griffey singles, and Dreisen scampers down to third. So with 1 away, the Reds have 2 on base. And it's Joe Morgan as the meat and potatoes of the lineup. Come up to the plate. Again, this is a winner-take-all game. This is Game 3. Loser is out of the tournament. Can you feel the gasoline being poured by the Expos bullpen? Yeah. Kerrigan, come on, buddy. Come on, Kerrigan. We're only in the 7th. I can't keep going to the pen, can I? Morgan. 5-7. This is a single 2 bases, and that'll score a run. Concepcion comes in. Griffey to third. And it's now a 6-3 game. And there's still only 1 away and 2 outs. Oh, man. And it's George Foster coming up. Let's take a look at the Expos again and take a look at their bullpen. Oh, so, do I go to Steve Dunning? Do I go to Stunning Dunning? Or do I let Kerrigan go one more pitcher? One more batter. We're going to let him go one more batter. All right? You want to steal with Morgan, huh? Dunning walks everyone. Too early for Murray. The only other option I see is Chuck Taylor or Fred Sherman. Those are my other pitchers. So if I look at the Expos here, I got Dunning, relief. Chip Lang, relief. Dale Murray is the closer. Fred Sherman in relief. I don't want to bring in Rogers. He started game 1. Stanhouse is out. Chuck Taylor is another one. Wayne Granger. I got it good. Clay Kirby is a starter. Don Carruthers is a starter. Woody Fryman already pitched. So, Taylor, Sherman, Murray, and Chip Lang, maybe, and Dunning. So those are my ones here for the Expos. If I want to take Kerrigan out, I'm going to give Kerrigan one more batter, though. I think I'm going to do one more batter. And, yeah, this game, right, Bob, with a grand slam, and now I got a run in and 2 on and 1 out. You might get an extra out or 2 out of Granger. Sherman might be good, too. Bullpen is trash. Is trying Kerrigan and Murray. So I'll stick with Kerrigan. I'm going to stick with Kerrigan. I'll give him one more batter. He's given up 3 hits in the inning. 3 hits in the inning. We're gonna stick with him one more time, and then we're gonna roll the dice. 2 on, 1 out, 1 in for the Reds. George Foster, a 1-11. Oh, he popped it up to short. And so with runners on, that's a P6. With runners on first and third, Foster pops up and is 2 outs. But guess who's coming to the plate? Johnny Bench. He's got a grand slam in the last game. He's got a home run tonight. A home run here, right? Because it's 6-3. A home run here ties it. Would that be nuts? So what do I do, folks? Do I let Kerrigan pitch to Bench, or do I bring in someone else? I got my root beer here. Yeah, can you say MVP? If he hits one out here, he's the MVP. Win or lose, he's the MVP. Do I keep Kerrigan in, or do I roll the dice? Time for the hook, yeah. All righty. So this is what we got. We got Stunning Dunning, Murray, and Sherman. No, not Murray. Let me go back to we got Dunning, Taylor, and Sherman. We're going to save Murray for the later innings. All righty, so I think we're going to go with this, right? Yeah, phone a friend, yeah. Granger, you said, huh? Probably. Do I have a Granger? Oh, yeah, I do have a Wayne Granger. All right, so we'll go Granger. Although his card looks pretty bad. There's doubles and home runs over here. Although this card has looked all right. So, so Granger will come in for Kerrigan. So Kerrigan's out. So Kerrigan didn't even get out of the inning. He got 2 outs. So he went 2/3. All right, so we're in the bottom of the 7th, and Wayne Granger coming in. What could possibly go wrong? Are my starters available in relief in a lower go-home situation like this? Probably, but I think I'm just going to I'm probably not going to go that route. Again, I'm just kind of playing for fun here. I want to go with the relievers and whatever. But, yeah, I mean, I could go back to Rogers or something like that, but if this was after, they'd all be Ds. Oh, interesting. It's nice to know. All right, Granger coming in. Here it is, folks. It's Johnny Bench and Wayne Granger. All righty. We have Griffey on third and Morgan on first. Dryson's already in. Dryson singled to lead off the inning. He scored. It is 6-3 with 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th, and Johnny Bench coming up. Should we pinch hit for Johnny Bench? Bench and Granger are former teammates. Well, they're going to meet right here. Here it is, folks. This is what we play for. This is what we do. Johnny Bench, first and second, 2 out. It's a 6-3 game. What's it going to be? A 6-8. And he's going to single. Bench will single. Now, Griffey scores. Oh, it's first and third. And Morgan goes to second. And do I want to send him to third? Yeah, 1-17. He goes to third. I got to try it, right? I mean, no, actually, with 2 outs, it probably wouldn't matter, right? Do I want to even try that? So Bench singles, run comes in. Oh, wait, with 2 out, right? With 2 out. With 2 outs, with 2 out. Add 2. So it'll be a 1-19. Yes, I'm going to send him. And if the 20 comes up, oh my gosh, if the 20 comes up. So Morgan comes around second, heading for third. And Allen says, don't run yourself out of the inning. Because first and second is good as first and third, right, with 2 outs. It's a 1-19. It's a 1-9. It's 1-19. 1-19 out of 20. Only a 20. Only a 20 could stop me. Only a 20 could stop me. I'm going. I'm gonna run it. I mean, the odds are one. I mean, but it's not one. I know Juckett would say a 20 is not. Barbara's waving him over. Again, it doesn't make much sense to make the third out at third, but a 1-19, he's going to have to trip to not get there. Oh, is that 6 RBIs for Bench? No, he's only got 2. He's got the home run, the single home run, and then this. Frank says send him. Allen says no. Barbara says yeah. World's worst game is just sitting back laughing here. Oh my gosh. Who would have thought all this drama in a 1-24 game, right? Game 3. I didn't expect this kind of excitement out of this project. I'm telling you, I haven't even got the project off the ground yet. Oh my gosh. I don't think the guy trails. I think he just goes to first. I think Bench is going to go to first because there's no play at the. Well, what does it say? What does it say on the running here? I thought it said the batter always ends up at first. Arnold Hunter says, go. We're going. We're going to go. And no, Bench will stay at first. So, Bench singles. Griffey scores from third. Morgan comes around second. Here comes the throw to third. Parrish waiting for it. A 20, and he's out. A 20, and he's out. Oh, my gosh. Joe Morgan. It's a 10. He's in there. So Morgan beats the throw, and now it is 6-4. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 6-4. I forget, Tim. I forget how basic is. I'm playing basic, so it's probably different than advanced. Oh, boy. So, wow, this 7th inning, 5 runs for the Expos and now 2 for the Reds. So, Bench singles in Griffey, Morgan the third. And Tony Perez comes up. So Granger got it, right? So here is Perez against Granger. There's still 2 away. And it's 1st and 3rd. Here we go. 2, 7. And he walks him. He walks Perez. And the bases are loaded for the Reds in the 7th. Oh, my goodness. The bases are loaded. It's 6-4 now. It was 6-2. It's now 6-4. And a single now ties the game for all intents and purposes. 2 outs, bottom of the 7th. Time for Chip Lang. Is it time for Chip Lang? I got Chip Lang right here. Alan says go to the bench, go to the pen, and Chip Lang will come in. So Granger, did he get any outs here? Let's see. He got a 3rd. No, he hasn't got out of the inning yet. He hasn't got anybody out because Stanhouse went 6. Kerrigan came in and got 2/3. Oh, that was Granger. I'm sorry, that was Granger. Granger didn't get anybody out, right? Kerrigan got 2, and we yanked him. Bench singled, and then Perez walked. So a hit and a walk. All right, so Lang coming in. Chip Lang is the 4th pitcher. So Granger gets no innings pitch, right? So they're going to bring in the chipster. Chip Lang, bottom of the 7th. The bases are loaded in Cincinnati. There's not a person sitting except one guy. Expos bullpen is crap. We're going to find out. Chip Lang and Cesar Geronimo. Here we go. Can the Reds tie the game? 6-7. Ground ball, second base, X. Oh, no, it's hit down to Garrett, who made 2 errors in 1 inning last game. Garrett needs to make an incredible play at second base to end the inning. Oh, my gosh. The pressure. I got a 3-9. And he makes the play. Garrett, a diving play, will throw out Geronimo. And that ends the inning. Oh, boy. Garrett, who was the GOAT of the last game, comes up with it. Oh, man, we got a game, though. So we got 4 hits in that inning. And they get 2 runs. And so looking at my score sheet here, it is 6-4 as we go to the 8th. Holy cow. Chip puts out the fire. Was that something else? Well, that was one of the most exciting 7th innings I've ever had, streaming or not streaming. Wow, that was like way, way too intense for me. So now, who's our pitcher? I had McEnany here. What happened to McEnany? Did I lose him? Did he get lost in the shuffle? I might have put him in the wrong pile. I think I did. Yep, there's McEnany. So McEnany's still pitching, right? We never pinch hit for him, did we? So Carter come in. No, I'm sorry. Dreisen come in the 7th. So McEnany hasn't pitched yet, right? McEnany hasn't pitched, yeah. Okay. So McEnany's going to pitch so Sarmiento come out in the 7th. Yeah. So, yeah. I pinch hit for Sarmiento. Yeah, okay. I think that's right. Yep. Midlife crisis. 76 Reds, the only team never lead the league in every major offensive category. Well, they're blowing it here against Montreal. They lost game 1 3-2. They won game 2 11-2. And with 2 innings to go, they trail 6-4 at home. It's 6-4. So now Barry Foote, and now we got the pitcher coming up here too. So we got some decisions to make here. So Barry Foote, let's see what Barry Foote does, right? Let's see what Barry Foote does. So we have a 6 and an 8, and he's going to single. So now Barry Foote singles. So that brings up Chip Lang. So we can lay down the bunt, and we don't have to worry about taking him out. So Chip Lang's going to try to drop down a bunt here and send Foote to second. Pinch hit with Lang, comes up and go with Murray for the 2-inning save. You think so? I kind of like this Lang guy. I thought he did all right for me, so I'm just going to have him bunt here. Unless you really think I should go with somebody. D. Scott comes by. You've missed all the fun, D. Scott. We've had an incredible couple of innings here. You want to go Jose Morales? Is that what you want to do? And then we'll bring in Murray for 2 innings? Are you guys okay with what Alan's saying here? So they want to bring out Chip Lang, who went a third. I don't mind doing that. I mean, I still got some space here to write down pitchers. Would it never push a Chip Lang? He did enough. Okay, so Chip Lang got his one out, and we're happy with that. So Jose Morales. All right, Barbara says Jose Morales. So Jose and Jose B here. So, all righty. I'm going through my cards here. So we said Dale Murray. All right, so let's see here. So, Jose Morales will come in to pinch hit. And we still want to bunt the guy over here? We're going to go Jose Morales? All right. Let's see. Let's see what it says here. And Midlife Crisis said he was going to bed after doing the dishes. But he's going to separate his 80 set that he received. What year was that? Oh, is that the Strat one? The 80 they just released? Bunt wouldn't be bad here, but I'm not going to bring in Morales to bunt, right? We're going to let him hit. We're going to let him hit here. We got a 2-run lead. We got a man on, nobody out. All right, so here we go. So here's Morales. Everybody was calling for Jose Morales. Let's see if he's got any magic beans. Jose Morales against Will McEnany. A 2-7. Struck him out. Morales goes down swinging. And that didn't work out too well for us. So Jose is done for the day. So Murray's going to have to come in a little early to pitch. And there's one away. And so now it's Jerry White coming up. So with one away, White is struck out a couple times and done really nothing else. Yeah, morale went down with that one. You're right. So Jerry White, a 1-8, and he's going to line this at second base right at Morgan. And so there's 2 away. So the leadoff single might go to waste here as Wayne Garrett comes up, who was the hero last inning. With the bases loaded, the second base Garrett made the play. Here we go. It's a 4-8, and that's going to be a single. Do we try to stretch it? Foote is not a very good runner. It'd be a 1-12. So we're just going to take the base. So Garrett singles, and it's first and second with 2 outs. A lot of crazy stuff happening with 2 outs. And now we have Mike Jorgensen. Mike Jorgensen coming up. McEnany's batting 76. Well, we're gonna give him one more batter here. See if we can get out of it. And Foote does not have fast feet. Yeah, so it would have been a 1-12. So we're not gonna try it. First and second, 2 outs. Mike Jorgensen, a 4-8, and he's gonna single. Do we send Foote? I think we do. I think you got to try it here. It's a 1-10. It's a 1-12 in playing in basic. So Jorgensen singles. Garrett to second. We're sending Foote. We are sending Foote. Okay? He's not very fast. He's a 1-10 plus 2 is at 1-12. So Barry Foote coming around the bases. Tobacco coming out of his mouth. trying to add. I should have pinch hit. I didn't even think. There's 2 outs. There's 2 outs. We're sending him 1-12. It's not even a discussion. Everybody's waving him home. Barry Foote 1-12. It's a 2. He's in there. Barry Foote will score. And another run comes home. So Barry Foote scores. Garrett will go to second. I'm not going to I could have him go to third, I think, on a throw. With 2 outs, I'm going to have him go to third. Yeah. Yep. Batter never receives an extra base, by the way. All right, so we're going to send Garrett to third. So Foote scores on the single by Jorgensen, and it's first and third. And it's Montreal Magic. Yeah, this is unbelievable. So now with first and third, Ellis Valentine. And basic, the base runner advances batter does not. Yeah, that's what I did. And you want to bring in Bourbon. All righty. Who would have thought, right? Now pitching, Pedro Bourbon. So McEnany comes out. Wow, this is way more complicated than I needed it to be. Holy crap, it wasn't a deciding game, you know. So this is the 8th. So McEnany come in, and he went 1 inning, right? Because he did that 7th inning, which is or he came in, he got all 3 outs, I think. And so coming in now is Bourbon. So Bourbon comes in. He went 1 2/3, right? Because we went 7. When he he didn't even go. He went 2/3. There's 2 outs. So McEnany went 2/3. Right. So when we got 2 outs in a 7. So here comes Bourbon. Wow. We're playing this like a playoff game, which it is. Yeah, it is. Well, they're all playoff games, but yeah, this is the one. This is the one here. Shocked the 76 Reds are having issue with the Expos. Yeah, me too. We're in game 3, and so another run in, so it's going to be 7-4 in the 8th, and there's still first and third for Ellis Valentine, who is singled and walked in this game. So Pedro Bourbon is on the mound here in the 8th, trying to get the last out. Ellis Valentine up, first and third. 4-8, and he pops it up to first base to Perez, and he'll get out of the inning, but they get 3 more hits and 1 more run. So right now it's 7-4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 10 hits. 10 hits for the Expos, and 1, 2, 3, 7 hits, I think, for the Reds. So that's where we are right now. So Valentine pops up. So Dale Murray is going to come out. Now, he's the guy that you guys wanted to bring in, right? So we're going to have to go to our closer a little earlier than we wanted to. But that's what we're going to do. And it's Dale Murray a bust. Yeah, we're going to try to ride him all the way. He's our relief pitcher. So Bourbon come in and got the out that he needed. But we're right back into the pinch hitting here because we have Concepcion and then the pitcher. So bottom of the 8th, Concepcion comes up against Dale Murray. Oh, this is intense. It's been an hour and a half playing a basic game of Strat, you guys. This is a basic game of Strat. I picked Strat Basic so I could bang out games in 15, 20 minutes, and this has been an hour and a half. I don't think this project is ever going to get done at this rate. Oh, man, this is crazy. I just figured I'd come on real quick, play a quick game, kick my feet up, and, watch some TV later and go to bed so I can, go to the rink tomorrow, but this has been fun. I'll be thinking about this all night. I really will. I'll have the score sheet in bed with me reading it. Tell Mike Lum to grab a bat. We might have to. All right, so Concepcion's going to lead us off here. So here comes Davey against Dale Murray. This is what you guys wanted to see. You wanted to see Dale Murray, and we got it. Better than TV. Sometimes our community is better than TV, let me tell you. Here we go. I got a 5 and a 5. Ground ball, shortstop, X. So this is hit down to Foley, a 2-7. And he's going to be out. So Concepcion grounds out to the shortstop. There's one away. So now it's the pitcher. I assume we don't want Pedro Borbon hitting, right? So we want Bob Beetle Bailey. That's what I got here. I got Bob Beetle Bailey. All right, we'll take him like that. Youngblood, Mike Lum, Flynn, Bill Plummer, Armbrister, and Drayson already hit. So Bailey, all right, so everybody wants to see Bailey. Bailey. All right, so Borbon comes out. I don't even know how many innings Borbon went. A third? I think he got the one. Yeah, he went a third. So Borbon comes out. So the former Expo, Bob Bailey, comes out here to pinch hit in the 8th. Here is Bailey in the 8th. We'll get Lum. Lum will be our next pinch hitter. Let's see what Bob Bailey can do. It's a 7-4 game for the Expos. Dale Murray trying to get it done here. It's a 5-12. Ground ball back to the mound. So Bailey hits it right back to the pitcher. And thank you for playing. And we got 2 away. So Pete Rose is the leadoff hitter in the bottom of the 8th. A 6-3. And he struck him out. A 1-2-3 inning. And we go to the top of the 9th in Cincinnati. And the Expos are clinging to a 7-4 lead. So we have Andre Thornton leading off. Remember, he came in the 7th and walked, and that kind of started all kinds of things. Has Rose done anything in the series? In Game 1, he walked and struck out 3 times. In Game 2, he walked, hit into a fielder's choice. So, no, Rose has done nothing. Nothing at all. Absolutely nothing. Who's our pitcher going to be for the Reds? Who's our pitcher going to be? We're running out of bodies. Go with Eastwick. All right, we're going to go with the Witches of Eastwick. All right. Raleigh Eastwick. So we're going to bring in Raleigh. So Eastwick. All right, that's all I can do here. So it's the top of the 9th anyway. So I need a pitcher, so we need to get out of this. So Andre Thornton against Raleigh Eastwick. Here we go. It's a 6 and a 7. And, a 1-11 and a single, again, 18. It's a line out second base. A stab by Joe Morgan, and that saves a hit. 1 away in the Expo 9th. Larry Parrish. I have a 5-6. Ground ball down to the shortstop, X. Concepcion, a 2 and a 5. And Concepcion will make the play. So there's 2 outs now. And it's going to be Tim Foley. Tim Foley has got a double in this game, way back to before time. That's how long it's been. A 3 and a 7. Fly ball into left. And so Eastwick gets it done. So no runs, no hits, no errors. So now I'm going to go to the 9th. And I need to get another root beer because this is getting too intense. Hang on 1 second. All right, we're switching brands. We're going to the A&W instead of the Barks. I'm all out of Barks. Let's see what this can do. It could be the root beer. It could be the root beer. So, Tim Foley is out, so that is that. So, it's going to be bottom of the ninth. Expected, Griffey, Morgan, and Foster. Murray on the mound. Again, our score is 7-4 Expos. This is game 3. Expos win, and they knock off the top seed here in round 1. Again, game 1, 3-2 Expos. Game 2, 11-2 Reds. So the away team has won every game in the series. This must be a Dave Little thing. Remember the time that Ron did a project for Dave Little, and because Dave wanted to see the Reds win, and the Reds were out early in the project. I remember that. It's like, ew. So the Reds always collapse here. Oh, and Cutter Historical's got some intense things going on too. He's got the '93 replay tournament, and he's having some fun with that. Yes, that's always a good time. If this was a Spiders game, it'd be cold sarsaparilla, yeah, or a Moxie, right? And you like the IBC? Yeah. I've been getting the sugar-free stuff. I like the sugar-free stuff. So they had 3 or 4. So they got A&W, Barks, and I don't know if Barrelhead had, but there was 3 of them I got, and I like the A&W the best, I think, and then the Barks too. They're a little bit different. All right, so let's see. Alan says Murray would cough up the lead, and we said it's 7-4. So it's a 3-run lead in the 9th. Griffey leading us off. I'm going to predict a 1-2-3 inning. We've had so much drama that I don't think we can have any more drama. Okay, a 2-hour game of Strat Basic is going to be up here if we get any hits. I'm going to call a 1-2-3 inning. I don't know why, but I think that we're over the hump of the drama. Here we go. Ken Griffey. He's 2 for 4 with 2 singles, driven in a bunch of runs. Here we go. 6-8. And that's a single. So Griffey is on in the 9th. So it won't be 1-2-3 unless we get a double play. We are not going to hold him on. And he's stealing A. But we're not going to hold him on because I don't want to give up the extra base. All righty. So, yeah, it's not a 1-2-3 inning Phoenix night. That's for sure. So, I should hold him on, but I'm not gonna. But then again, he might steal. So no, I'm not holding him on because I don't want the extra base thing. Or do I? I think I said I automatically hold him on no matter what, even though I shouldn't. Oh man. So Joe Morgan coming up. He's got a hit in this game and a walk. Don't hold him with a 3-run lead. Okay, so we're not going to hold him. That's what I was kind of thinking, though. So, but I could steal easier, though. But I don't think I want to steal. He's an A, so it's a 1-15. But, yeah, you don't want to take that chance, right? Yeah. All right, so we're not going to hold the runner, so there won't be anything crazy if I get a plus, right? And I don't even think I see any pluses anyway. Oh, there's one over here. So, all right, so nobody out. Joe Morgan coming up. Man on first. It's a 1-11. Oh, there's the plus. Holy crap. If I was holding the runner, would have been, whoo. Ground ball, second base, B. And they're going to get the runner at second. That's the only thing. So it's going to be a fielder's choice. And there's one away. They couldn't turn 2 as Morgan hits it down to Garrett, who gets the lead runner. Wow, if I was holding, that would have been extra bases. Yeah, good idea. Good call, you guys. So there's one away in the red 9th. George Foster, who's done absolutely nothing tonight. 6-9, and he walks. Oh, the drama. And he walks. And it's first and second with one away. Morgan goes down to second. Foster at first. Oh, my gosh. The tying run comes to the plate in a 7-4 game. Who is at the plate? Your MVP is coming to the plate. Johnny Bench, who's walked, homered, grounded out, and singled. Oh, my. It's Murray and Johnny Bench. A double play ends it. A home run ties it. Oh, man, this has been insane. I don't think I can do this project anymore. I'll never top this game, ever. And now I can get rid of all my strat cards, because this is like, this will never happen again. And Dale Murray is not very calm right now. He's sweating a little bit here in Cincinnati. The chance of USA. Johnny Bench, 2 on, 1 out. Johnny Bench. I don't dare look. 2-9. Fly ball into center field B. And that's going to be 2 outs. So Bench had the chance to be the hero, right? And that's a 2-9 fly ball center field B. Oh. And so he hit it a ton, but he didn't get it deep enough, so it's going to be up to Tony Perez. Perez is 0 for 3 with a walk. What do I do with Perez? Is there anybody on the bench you guys want to see come in for Perez? Plummer? Bill Plummer? Doug Flynn? Mike Lum? Doggy? Who's Doggy? Is that Perez? Youngblood? And Armbrister. Perez is a big game player. No, Perez is clutch. We're going to find out how clutch he is. This is the series, folks. 2 outs. 2 on. Perez is the tying run in a 7-4 game. Joshua says Perez gets a hit. Frank says Perez is clutch. Alan, big game player. Doggy is due. Here we go. It's Seed 1 versus Seed 24. What a start to the project. Here we go. Come on, Mama needs a new pair of shoes. It's a 6-5. And that's a double. Oh, no, it's a double. It's a double. Now, it's a double. It's 7-4. So, Morgan scores. It's 7-5. Foster to third. Perez to second. Do I send Foster to make it a 1-run game? It's 7-5 right now. Foster's running is 1-15. With 2 outs, it's 1-17. It's 1-17. That would make it 7-6 with the tying run at second. But I guess you're right. There's no sense. Frank says send him. I guess it doesn't make any sense to send him because a single's going to tie the game. And it's 7. Yeah, do not make the third out at home. Yeah. All right, so Foster stops at third. Perez goes to second. Perez is running as 1-10. Now, someone says the pinch run for him. I think that's a good idea in case I get a single. Holy cow. So it is now 7-5, and the tying runs on second base. And we got a pinch run for Perez. So we need someone that's got some speed here. Dreisen already ran. Oh, Doug Flynn's a 1-13. Joe Youngblood's a 1-14. And Ed Armbrister's, he's a 1-17. So Ed Armbrister is coming in to run. And, Alan has that perfect. You guys know this stuff. I don't know this stuff. You guys are so cool. All right, so Perez doubles. And Armbrister is going to run in the 9th. So Ed Armbrister's on second. And George Foster is on third. 2 outs. And his +2 running, yeah, with 2 outs. Yeah, so he's going to, oh, boy. Who said Dale Murray was going to choke this away? Oh, my gosh. Here we go. This is it. Murray's on the mound. He's going to be our man. So this could decide your game unless it's a walk. This is going to be the deciding player. And we want Geronimo to hit, right? We want Geronimo to hit, right? We don't want anybody else, you know. All right, here it is. Foster at third. Armbruster at second, right? Armbruster? Yeah, Ed Armbruster. He is the tying run. And Geronimo up. It's do or die with Murray. Oh my gosh, this game's incredible. Here we go. This is why we do it. This is why we do it. The score is 7-5 in the ninth. Here we go. 2-7. Ground ball down to third base. Parrish has it, and the game is over. 2-7 ground ball to third, and the game is over. So they'll pick up 2 hits, and they'll get the 1 run, and that'll do it. Dale Murray gets it done. It's a 7-5 win. Wow. Wow. Hits, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 10 hits. And I don't think we had any errors in this game. Yeah, I don't think anybody had an error. And the Reds, 1, 2. So they had 5 runs, 1, 2, 3, 7, 9 hits, and no errors. So 7, 10, and 0, 5, 9, and 0. And there's no joy in Cincinnati tonight, so we can cross the Reds off as all the visitors won, and the Expos will advance to the second round of the tournament. Can you guys believe that? And Dale Murray got it done. You guys coached us. You guys are the real winners here. You guys are in the bullpen getting this done. Holy cow, that was something else. That was nuts. That was absolutely nuts. That was just one of the most incredible baseball games I've ever played here. It really was. And it's in basic mode, too, you know. Bring on the Yankees. Well, we got to see who comes out of this next. So now, again, if I go to my screen here, if I go to, so the number 1 seed is out. So the Phils will take on the White Sox next here. And that's going to be 2 versus 23. So the Phils now are technically the top seed going into the next round. Wow. Oh, I do have the Devil's pennant behind me up over here. Yeah, I do. Wow, I need to like go run around the block or something after that. Holy crap! That was almost a 2-hour game of Strat Basic. Not what I planned when I got this project going, but boy, that was an intense game. That was so intense. Oh man, I'm glad I streamed it. Man, if I didn't stream it, I don't know if I would have done all those things there and had all those decisions. But wow. So I can put the Reds away, the 76 Reds. So we're gonna grab them here. Here's all the Reds. Oh, can't forget Raleigh Eastwick over here. So my Reds will quietly go back into the 76 Reds folder. Oh, that was fun. That was fun. I mean, anytime you have drama like that, that's fun. And good for the Expos. Good. And the curse of the hat did not come into play tonight. So good for the Expos. They got a big win. So I thank everybody for tuning in. I'm going to go chill out, watch some TV. That was intense. I did not expect that. But if they played 20 times, the Reds would win 16. Yeah, but they played a 3-game. It wasn't a 1-game series. It was a 3-game series. So you got to give it up to the Expos for winning 3, right? You can't, you know, it is what it is at this point here, but that was that. So the Expos will stay alive. So I got 2 teams going in different directions. So yes, there's the 76 Expos, and they will go back, and that is that. So appreciate all the help, by the way. I had to phone a friend. I had to use the chat room to get this game done, but we got it done. capacity crowd here tonight, and that was a good time. That was a lot of fun. So I want to thank everybody for tuning in, and I'll obviously be streaming more of this project, I'll have to now. So I got the Phillies and the White Sox up next. That should be a fun one. And we'll see how that goes, and we'll see who advances as we continue on with this project here. And hopefully at some point this week I'll narrow down my my baseball, my football season I want to pick up for APRA. I think that's what I'm going to do. I really wish Strat, now that I'm joining Strat Basic again, I really wish they would get some more. 78 would be a great season, or 74. I would grab that in a second. I put a bid on 95 Strat on eBay, but I don't think I'm going to win it, which is fine. And yes, the Seals in 75, 76 do have myself on the team. He played with the Seals and the Barons. I think he played with the Canadians for a little bit too, so yeah. Tim says the Phils in too. We'll find out. We'll see if I can stream some of that as well. I'm not sure if I know anybody on the Phillies. I should know people on the Phillies from 76. All right, who's on the Phillies in 76? Let me click on the Phillies in 76. Bob Boone, Dave Cash, Mike Smith, Lazinski, Maddox. Okay, Tim McCarver. Okay, I know a bunch of those guys. Pitchers, oh boy, they're going to have Steve Carlton and Jim Catt and Jim Longborg, and they also got Christensen if I need him. Oh, that's going to be fun. And the White Sox, oh, what do they got? Downing, Spencer Brohammer, Bucky Dent, Chet Lemon, Jorge Orta. And for pitchers, Rich Gossage, Johnson, Ken Brett, and Terry Forster is who we got. And Pete Vukovich, who played in Major League, is one of the relief pitchers. So we're going to have to get Pete in the game. Absolutely. So, all right, fun time tonight. Phil's in too, it could be. We'll find out. I'll keep you guys abreast. I'll probably stream one of them anyway and see how it goes. And Carlton Longboard Cat with Tug McGraw, Reed, and Garber in the bullpen. Yeah, they should roll. But after this, who knows? Yeah, the number 1 seed Reds knocked out by the Expos. That was a fun night. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. And I'm going to go chill out and finish my second root beer of the night. I don't need any caffeine. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. That was a blast, and you guys made this really fun. Thank you so much for coming by. And thanks for supporting the channel. Thank you so much. And we'll talk to you all later. Bye-bye.